you're a really good communicator. Thank you. Is this a skill you've worked on specifically? If so, any tips on how you quickly and succinctly get your idea across? Well, I'm not like a 20-something-year-old streamer. I think people, get better at it over time, depending on what kind of job they're in. And I was in a job where that, like, a lot of my job was to relay information properly and succinctly. I know sometimes I yap a lot, but if I'm told, hey, you have 1 minute to do this, I can, boom, code switch and get the bullet points out. I just had a lot of work experience doing that sort of stuff. And, it was in the absolute hellscape of having to explain things between multiple groups of people that all don't understand each other. And I was like that one person in the middle, getting them all to understand what's going on and relay information. And that wasn't even like my main thing I was paid for. I was paid to do like normal work, but also I had to do that shit. Obviously, it depended on what job I was in, what part of the timeline I was on, all of that. But yeah, I had to do that. Before I was in the workforce, I was kind of always like this a bit. Obviously, I got better at it in my adult life. But like, I always did this sort of thing because my parents are just like this. My mother is really good at breaking things down and explaining them. So I think because I had her teaching me shit, I kind of absorbed, oh, this is how you break things down and explain it. My dad as well, I would say he's good at explaining things in layman's terms. He's good at making something understood to someone who normally would not be able to comprehend it. He's really good at that. He's also really good at code switching, at explaining things differently to different people. I'll see him explain one thing one way to person A and completely differently to person B and C and D, and So I think I just absorbed it from them, honestly. And then I was in like a billion clubs in high school and was yet again spending a bunch of time of my life, explaining things to people and like doing operations. So I don't know. I just feel like time put in, there you go. That's it. You just put a lot of time into it, have to explain things to people, and you'll get better at it. It's like any other skill, except it's one where you need constant feedback. You can't just grind it out, And that means you have to be the kind of person who is okay with criticism and all that. And you have to be able to take it, figure out what's true, what you can apply, and not feel bad about it. And because I'm good at that, I think that's why I was able to develop that kind of skill. Because I know a lot of people that like they baseline would be pretty good at that sort of thing, but they can't accept when other people tell them, hey, I need you to explain things this way because I just cannot understand what you're saying. They would be like, that person's wrong, and blah, blah, blah. Whereas I'm the opposite. I'm like, okay, well, let me see if I can work with them, So yeah. You're a jack of all trades? Yup, unfortunately.